Hello, my wonderful INFJs. Welcome to your November 2017 tarot reading. Thanks for joining me here today, and I'm looking forward to sharing the energy of the cards and what's going on in November. I really wanted to thank you for all your comments, for subscribing, and for sharing my videos. Just being able to connect with you means so much. So let's take a look and see what kind of energy there is in November for INFJs. Okay, that one jumped out. And we'll take a look and see what's going on with that. Hopefully that gives us... We'll take a look at that in a minute. I want to see what other cards come out first. So let's see what we've got. Okay, so the first card you've got is the Eight of Swords. And the Eight of Swords is usually indicative of something, a temporary delay. So there may have been something that you've been wanting to do or wanting to step into, and it's been a bit difficult. So there seems to have been challenges around that situation where you haven't been able to step into it right away. But like a snowstorm, this barrier or this situation that is sort of delaying what you'd like to do right now is temporary. And so it's very much about recognizing that that's going to lift. You know, snow does have a way of melting, and so this is just a temporary setback. So don't feel disheartened by it. Let's see what else we've got. The Six of Wands. So INFJs, this is very indicative of a situation and something that's really important to you where you've stood your ground. And so it could be that that's, you know, that's something that you're going to have to do because of this delay. So it could be a situation where someone has wanted you to be working on something and it isn't happening as fast as they would like. And maybe they're pushing you to limits and time frames that are really not reasonable. And so the Six of Wands is here for you to actually feel that it's okay to stand your ground and to identify you know, what's important and really where you need to go and what you need to be doing. So very much a situation here where it's important for you to recognize and be true to yourself, and to be able to say it's okay to stand up for yourself and not to feel bad about that. So, you know, sometimes we have to set boundaries around situations, and it's inviting you to recognize that that's okay. You know, you're very caring, and people recognize that in you, but sometimes it's really important for you to recognize that you also have to be able to set boundaries and speak your mind as well. It's not always good if in a situation your caring and your way of always wanting to help is taken for granted. Okay, so let's see what else is going on, because I think there's some clarification. This is a general reading, and it's not going to apply to all INFJs, so I just want to make sure that you're aware of that. But I think that there are some of you out there that might be dealing with a situation very much like this. Okay, and you've got the Healer of Pentacles. And so this is, the Healer of Pentacles is a guide card, and this is recommending something that's going to be very good for you to create a situation for yourself that's going to help you with what we've been discussing. So, you know, something that's taking a bit longer, and being able to stand up for yourself. What you need to do in order to support yourself through this is to create an environment that is nurturing, one that is relaxing, where you can find some peace and quiet. And so it's very much about setting up that sort of atmosphere for yourself. It's time to stop looking after everyone else's needs and to look after your own. So, you know, sometimes one of the things that is nice is, you know, when you're in the midst of things, it's hard to think of, you know, what things would be that would bring you joy or you would find relaxing or enjoyable. And so it's important to sort of set those things up in advance and have them ready so that you can just sort of call upon them. So I kind of call it my own healing toolkit. Right now it's just a basket, and it has a, you know, my music playlist. It has a couple movies that I enjoy. It has things in it that really sort of just bring me comfort and enjoyment. And you know, when things are really difficult and sometimes we're feeling frustrated, just being able to pull on something, because when we're in that mindset, it's really hard to think of those things. It's hard to think of what might make us feel better. And if you actually have it together in this nice little box, or a toolbox, or a, you know, a basket of sorts, it really makes it easier. And that's, you know, that's just part of setting an environment for yourself that that really helps you to feel recharged. Okay, so that's going to be important in November. So make time to do that. Create that environment for yourself, whether it's with lighting or music or aromatherapy, whatever it might be, that just sort of eases your mind and really helps you to feel connected and grounded. Okay. So the other card you've got is the Protector of Cups. And so I'm getting a sense that in this situation there's been some a feeling that you needed to protect your feelings, that perhaps someone has actually stepped out and said some things that have been kind of hurtful. And you know, this doesn't have to be huge, but because you know, it's not, you know, because you are so caring, you feel things very deeply, and so you've been feeling that you need to sort of protect yourself from that. And the reason, the card that jumped out, and it sort of brings clarification, is the Emperor. So there may be someone in your life that has said some things. The Emperor, you know, has this, you know, amazing ability to organize things, but the Emperor is also very set in his ways. He likes it his way. He is inflexible, and probably a bit demanding. And this kind of person, to deal with a person like this when you're an INFJ, is really difficult, because your feelings get hurt. We come, you know, when you're an INF, you come from a place, you make decisions recognizing the impact on people. The Emperor is the opposite of that. This is the, you know, the NTJ or NTP person that just really, you know, is not intuitive, is not feeling, and doesn't come from that caring place that you do. So things that they say and do can be very hurtful. And so November is going to be a time, I'm just setting this out there, like I said, it's not going to, you know, sort of manifest itself the same for all INFJs, but just be aware of that. Be aware of the different types of personalities that are out there, and that, you know, that protecting your heart and doing things to look after yourself is really important, especially if you work with someone like this. Okay, so just be mindful of it. Recognize that, you know, there are times when it's important to be able to stand up for what you believe in, and be true to yourself, and that you can create an environment where you can return home to that recharges you, so that the effects, or the, you know, the fact that this person has, you know, has perhaps hurt your feelings, and hurt other people perhaps even, because you really have a sense for things that they might do that affect other people. I want you to know that it's important for you to take care of yourself. This may not be huge, but it certainly is something that we face, you know, when you recognize your personality strengths, and the whole empathic, amazing way that you interact with the world. There are going to be people that are the opposite of that. And so if you run across someone like that in November, recognize that the importance of protecting yourself from those kinds of actions, things that they say, because they don't think things through the way we would. So really just recognize that and take real gentle care of yourself. I hope that November still brings you much joy, and I look forward to connecting with you again real soon. Bye-bye for now.